What if I told you that you could make custom cut stickers for any cube you can think of? Well, it's actually a lot easier than you think. And I'm gonna show you how to do it in this video. Yo, how's it going, guys? My Cuber Vinny here. Welcome back to another video. It's so good to see all of you. Just want to say welcome to all my new subscribers who have joined the channel in the last month. It's been a tremendous amount of growth, and this channel is off to a great start. And I see some awesome things for this channel's future, and I'm so glad to have all of you along for the journey. And if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. I'm going to be dropping a lot of amazing cubing content this next year, and I would love to have all of you guys along for the ride. So now to the main point of this video, stickers. I'm actually kind of stoked that I made these. And yeah, I was expecting it to be a lot harder, but no, this was actually a really easy process, and it really only took me like, all in all, maybe like 20 minutes of prep and execution time. Do you want to sit on my lap? Do you want to sit on my lap? Come on. Come on. All right, Carl wanted to be in the video, so Carl is now in the video. All right, so before I get into the tutorial, maybe I'll... Okay, maybe down. You're gonna bite me. So before I get into the tutorial, maybe I'll explain why I wanted to make this video. So as a lot of you guys know, I really like black cubes, and black cubes and stickers have kind of fallen off in the last like maybe 5 years. And I still solve on black cubes and I love it. And a lot of my old cubes, the stickers are falling apart, or they just don't make stickers for those cubes anymore. And I need a new set. So I'm looking at the Type F2 right here, and this is one of the oldest cubes I have in my collection. It's from around 2010, and they definitely don't make stickers for this anymore, and I don't feel like cutting them by hand, so I decided I'm gonna learn how to cut them myself. These are basically the same stickers that you get if you were to shop at the Cubicle. I have Oracal 651 sheets, and you can get these at any craft store. They have them at Michael's, I know that for a fact, and I'm pretty sure most craft stores that maybe sell Cricut machines would have vinyl sheets. So in this tutorial, I'm gonna explain how I set up the stickers to be printed, and I'm gonna explain the printing process as a whole. All right, so the first thing I have to do is take measurements of my cube. So I used a ruler to measure the width of the cube, and I ended up getting 2.25 inches, which translates to exactly 57.15 millimeters. I also measured the width of each of the stickers using my string action gauge for my guitars. It has very precision millimeter markings, so I ended up getting 15.5 millimeters on the sticker width. And I also measured 3.25 millimeters so that I can space the stickers out to use transfer tape. And that's pretty much all the measuring I needed to do. So I took the measurements into my budget Photoshop program where I set it all up. All right, guys, so I'm on my computer now, and I'm gonna be showing you guys the process on how to make your own stickers. So first things first, I'm gonna open up Pixelmator. This is like a Photoshop alternative. It's a lot cheaper, and it works almost exactly the same. So I'm gonna open a new project here, and we're gonna make this centimeters because I'm making the sticker now. So after doing measurements, I got 15.5 millimeters, which translates to 1.55 centimeters. Okay, and the resolution is going to be 300. All right, so here's the sticker. Let me zoom in a little bit here for you guys. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mute the background here, or I'm going to disable the background. That way you get this checkerboard pattern, which basically just means it's transparent. And I'm gonna click to add a shape. And I clicked rounded rectangle, by the way. It's very important because that gives the sticker its round shape. I'm going to expand it here to take up the whole frame. And now I'm going to adjust this little blue dot you see right here. This adjusts the roundness of the rectangle. So you can go less round here, which is pretty much a square, or you can go full round, which is just a circle, basically. So I think I made mine right about here, which in hindsight, I probably should have made it more round, probably like right about there. So just experiment, see what works for you guys. It's okay to make mistakes. That's how learning works. Next time I'll be making these way more rounded, but I'll make it how I did for mine. So now I'm gonna change the color to black because you want it to be a silhouette. And then that's pretty much it for the sticker. Now I'm gonna export and make sure you select PNG. Let's do sticker outline. Sure. Okay. All right, now it's time to make the cube itself, okay? There's a couple ways you can do this. You don't have to be as precise as I'm doing here. You can honestly just put 4 squares on here if you plan on just putting them all by hand, because now you're pretty much done. You have the sticker shape right there. So I'm going to click inches here because I calculated 2.25 inches. Okay. All right. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to Finder. Again, before I do that, let me disable the background. I want these to be transparency so they print correct on the Cricut. All right, and there's the sticker. So now, honestly, what I could do is I could just duplicate this, this many times. It really doesn't matter. They're all within the shape, so this would work. If you were just planning on just putting them on one at a time, it doesn't have to be pretty, it just needs to work. But I'm gonna show you guys how to make it so you can use transfer tape if you wanna make this really easy. Okay, so first things first, let me just line this up. Doesn't have to be perfect, again, it just needs to fit in the parameters of this cube. So now, let me make a new project real quick. And I'm gonna go to centimeters. And remember, I found out that my gap between the stickers was 3¼ millimeters, which translates to 0.325 centimeters. All right, we're gonna get a tiny little square here. And I'm gonna select rectangle again, and I'm gonna make this like a bright orange or something, just so it's easier to see. There we go. Nice, easy is done. Let's export that as a PNG. All right, I'm gonna put gap. There we go. Just something I can find. So I can delete that, don't need it anymore. All right, so now I'm gonna go to Finder and drag the gap to my project. Oops, okay, there we go. You click OK, we don't wanna resize that. All right, so now let me duplicate the sticker a bunch for you guys. I'm gonna make sure they're all in line like this. There we go. Okay, so we're already off to a really good start here. These rows are already in line. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this. I'm gonna actually make them a little off kilter, right? Let's just say you don't have perfect alignment. There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the center because the center is the middle of everything. So I'm gonna duplicate this little square 4 times here. I'm using Alt just to make it really easy, or you can go to right click here on the layer itself and click duplicate like that. It's another way to do it. Okay, and I'm making sure that the square is lined up with the edge of the black rounded rectangle. So all 4 squares, just like this. Oops, I'm missing one right there. Okay, now what we're gonna do is make sure all of the other ones are lined up with the other side of the square, like this. Again, we're just doing the centerpiece for now. Okay, boom, there we go. So now all of those pieces are perfect distance away, but we still have to get them lined up horizontally as well. So now this is where you can move these squares over here. Now, actually, no, I'm gonna leave those there as a guide. It's always good to have a reference. So let's just duplicate this a couple more times. There we go. Okay, so we don't need any here where my mouse is because we already got this lined up. So if we can get this piece lined up here like this, see this blue line right here, this blue line here, that shows that the piece is lined up with the other one. So let's do the same thing on this one here. Blue line, perfect. So now we just gotta make sure everything is spaced out. There we go. Let's check this one. This one looks pretty good. Let's just double check. Yeah, this one's perfect. Okay. So the first 2 rows are good. Let's do the bottom now. Same thing. That middle sticker is lined up vertically, so let's line it up horizontally. There we go. All right, cool. So those are in line. Now we just got to get the squares set up. Okay, here we go. Make sure it's pixel perfect. Boom. Boom. Cool. Here we go. There we go. Getting the blue lines lined up. All right, cool. All right, so I think this is good. So you don't have to do this line method. Honestly, all you really have to do is get these edges lined up, and then you can line up the corners with them, because these 4 here are the only ones that really matter. These I just did just as a backup, just to make sure everything is good. I caught a little mistake there that I did make. So let me show you guys what that looks like real quick. So because these are all lined up now, you can line up the corner with the edges, just like that. See those 2 blue lines right there? That means it's in line. Same with this one, 2 blue lines, perfect. Same with this one, 2 blue lines, perfect. Yeah, so the squares are just for an extra guide, right? They just help a little bit. It's just visual. I like to do things visually like this, so it does help a lot. And yeah, blue lines means that everything's all squared up. Cool, so that's it. I'm gonna now disable the orange squares so that you don't see them in the final print with the stickers. And there you have it. That's my final transparency. And this is the image I can use to print, so I can use transfer tape. Let's go ahead and export that, PNG. I'm just gonna put F2 stickers final. Export. Oh, I guess I already have that, so let's replace it. Beep. All right, cool. There we go. All right, let's go to the library and print these. All right, so I went to my local library, got on the computer, and got to work. I'm opening up the Cricut design space, making a new project, vinyl decal, and on the bottom left there is a upload button. I click that, and I'm gonna click upload image, go to browse, and then my stickers. All right, then make sure you click single layer, very important because that's how the image knows that it's just a silhouette that needs to cut on the edges. I'm gonna hide this vinyl decal, you don't really need it. And then I'm gonna decrease the size of this to match what the size of the actual cube was. So remember, 2.25 inches for me. And I'm gonna bring it here kind of close to the corner, leave a little bit of a buffer so that you have room, and then click make when you're ready. I didn't save my project because I didn't need to. So now material load, I'm gonna click on mat, and then since I'm using tiny little sheets, I just went with 4x6. You can use whatever you want, as long as that cube is within the black outline there. All right, then I click continue. Now the app is syncing up with the printer, and then I set my base material as a vinyl, premium glossy vinyl, and now the printer is synced and ready to load. So now I'm taking the vinyl sheet and matching it up as best as I can with the line. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you want it to be okay so that the machine can calibrate to the numbers. Then I click the load button. So this is the machine finding the numbers and setting up. And once the play button flashes, go ahead and click it and the machine will start printing stickers. The printer took about 20 seconds to cut the stickers. After each print, all that's required, since you already formatted everything up and got everything sized up to print, you just have to click what material to print on and then load it in again with the new sheet of vinyl and then click the load button and then the play button. Just repeat that step 5 times and then you'll have yourself some stickers. That's cool. That's crazy. Nice. Not bad for a first attempt. And just like that, we have stickers. We have a sticker set for the F2. So let's take this to the table and I'm gonna sticker this baby up for you guys. All right, here it is. Oh my gosh. I couldn't be more stoked with the results. This literally is taking me back to 2010 right now. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I haven't felt a cube or seen a cube that looks like this in a long time.